Hello, my name is Staff Sergeant Retired Ben Doyle from the Dan Sesker Memorial Poker Run. So the Dan Sesker Memorial Poker Run is a poker run put on every Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. We just had our 11th annual. We're starting to plan our 12th for next year. We basically have it set up to where every Sunday morning of Memorial Day we get together and we ride our bikes in memory of Dan. It started off as a ride specifically just to raise money for Dan's unborn son. Dan was killed the 6th of April 2006 while in Iraq with the 113th Cav. He found out he was going to be a dad the week before he was killed. Was quite excited about it. And that first run that was put on basically was the start of a trust fund for Dan's son. We've since grown. And we've built a little bit into that trust fund and decided that we need to expand because we've started to raise a little bit of money with each one of our rides. So we've taken it upon ourselves to find very good, deserving local charities that do veterans events and support veterans. So we put on our ride. We do the point of remembering Dan, which is what it's all about. A percentage goes to the trust fund for Dan's son, and the rest we make sure we find other good 501(c)(3)s that we know and see are doing great things in the community for veterans. So Dan, there's a lot of things to anybody that knew Dan will always remember Dan and have the exact same reaction I just had. Is when you think of Sergeant Dan Sesker, you automatically smile every single time. He was short and he was stocky, built like a brick. He loved wrestling and football. He's from Ogden, Iowa. He enlisted into Bravo Troop, 113th Cav. I think he came to us in right around 2000. Just a guy that every single person that ever meet he had an impact on. He had a machine gun laugh, and he was pretty short. And so being the lead gunner, he had to stand on a box to be up high enough on his Humvee. But that's where he wanted to be. Always wanted to be the guy that was out in front, doing everything he could to protect his convoy and his soldiers behind him. And that's how he was killed. He was a lead gunner up on top of the truck and moving through traffic in Baghdad, and an IED came up from the side. So he was doing something he definitely enjoyed and loved doing, and he was very good at it. So it's funny, his son was born to his fiance, Angie, around Thanksgiving after we'd come home. And it's pretty funny, since they weren't married, they had to do a DNA test. And that's one of the biggest jokes for anybody of us, because you can hold a picture of the two and they are identical. Like it's amazing how you could, even as a young son, you could look at him and go, that's Dan's son. Like he looks just like him, and as he's been growing, he's starting to, a lot of the personality traits of Dan are just coming out, and it's awesome for us to be able to, we're not around him much, but anytime we get to be around him, we're definitely reminded of his dad. So our biggest thing and the most important thing to us is we live by the motto that a soldier's never gone until he's forgotten. And so that's one of the biggest, most important things for us, is for every single person that we can get in any contact with to know that Sergeant Dan Sesker was an amazing soldier and son, and would have been an amazing dad, and make sure he's remembered. When we get on that ride, it's a lot of work to put on a poker run every year, and by the time we actually get going, you're pretty tired. You've been working a lot throughout the year to get it on. And we always say that first corner, we turn that first corner and we ride down a hill. We usually try to go down 30 to Old 30 to come into the cemetery. We always turn, all the committee members, we always turn and look behind us, because when you see 200 bikes lined up behind you, riding to remember Sergeant Dan Sesker, it's worth every amount of time, effort, and energy we put into this every year. Just like anything else, social media tends to be the easiest. Dan Sesker Memorial Poker Run is our Facebook page. Also our website. We try to interact as much as we can on the site. You can always go and you can email any questions. I'm usually the guy that answers that. But we try to post videos and pictures and stuff from our rides. And the biggest thing is Sunday, Memorial Day weekend. If you ever want to come out, it's 25 bucks. You get a t-shirt, a meal, and you can go on an amazing ride and remember a great man.